From the gun, here's Tannehill. Wide open receiver, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now it's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming.
Oh, let me get the...
I always enjoy the conversation post
the flag.
because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He got what he wanted. I'm trying to get it
fake here
too.
on 1st down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Alex Okafor able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Tannehill hands to Drake. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
A football going back over to the New Orleans Saints and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs. And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected. But they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing well. And then there's always Drew Brees to Mike Thomas. And that has worked very well for them.
Well, since you mentioned Michael Thomas, and we talked about that win over the Rams, never forget going to get the flip phone, Mr. Michael Thomas. Channeling his inner Joe Horn from back in the day. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Again, it's Brees. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So Brees is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Brees. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. To throw is Brees. And he floated one out there incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside.
Oh.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 4-point game. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. The dangerous Hill now to return. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. play there. 61 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz will look to add the extra point. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Here's and from their own end zone, it's a fake. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, we got a second here. Let's do an MVP check-in right now at this point in the season. Is Patrick Mahomes your headliner?
He is for me. Look, 2nd year playing, 1 start as a rookie, and what he's done so far, it's been absolutely spectacular. Magnificent consistency. Hasn't had any real dips. Now, before the season, I was focused in on Todd Gurley, and he continues to power the Rams' attack. He has to be in the conversation. Drew Brees, how many completions does he throw per game? 1 or 2? It's unbelievable with his accuracy. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady and wins big games.
These dumbbells are selling me.
Rivers with a strong 2nd half could get into the conversation, but keep a real eye on the NFC South. Matt Ryan ahead of his MVP pace of 2016.
Dude, quit
Cam
saying
Newton
that.
in Carolina. If they end up winning that division, you better take a hard look at him.
Well, is he already up? Is he ready up? No, he's down. You gotta hold it, boy.
They stay on the ground with Drake. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Oh, that hurts. Ah. Yeah,
He'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Now Tannehill steps away to his left. He may try and run. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Well, what happened? I have no gun. I'm about to join y'all.